Greetings, great learners. My name is Mr. Simbi and welcome to today's accounting class. In today's class, we're going to prepare the Debtors Control account and we're going to use cash as well as credit journals in the preparation of our Debtors Control account. Make sure you have a paper to write on. You need to have a pen as well as a calculator because we're going to do some calculations in today's class. The information that we're given reads as follows. Complete the Debtors Control account for June and balance it properly. So we are going to ensure that we balance this ledger account properly. The business uses a markup of 60% on cost price, and we're given the balance as of the 1st of June, 34,800. I will therefore come here. Remember, your debtors control increases on the debit and it decreases on the credit. Why? Because your debtors control is an asset account. This is an asset. I will therefore bring my debtors control balance. I'll come here, the month is June. I will bring my balance. Here is my balance brought down. This is the balance that I'm going to bring. 34,800. Once you have done that, you then need to see if you're given other journals and you need to take the information from those journals and post it to this debtors control account. Let us see. Here I'm given the CRJ as well as the CPJ. In my CRJ, I am told debtors control. I have receipts. I also have discounts. That means I'm going to post it to my debtors control. In this case, debtors are paying what they owe us, and we have also given them discount. So what you do, you take the 18,400, you add it with the 600, then these amounts will give you 19,000. We will bring it now to the credit side of your debtors control. And we will now say bank and discount. Bank and discount. From which journal are we posting this from? This is from the CRJ. Remember, we added the amounts and we got 19,000. You bring your 19,000. Bank and discount. From which journal? From the CRJ. Let's go to the next journal, which is the cash payments journal. And you find in the cash payments journal, you have an amount, 1,800, and it says debtors control. That means we have received payment from some debtors, and those debtors have paid us more than what they were supposed to have paid us. Now, we will refund them, and this amount is not a small amount, it is a big amount. Therefore, it is recorded in the CPJ. I will therefore come here, and I will now say bank, and then which journal am I posting this from? This is from the CPJ. In brackets, I can say refund here. I can say it's a refund. All right, so it's bank, CPJ, and I know this is a refund, and this is for 1,800. This is the refund from the CPJ. Debtors paid us, but they paid us more, and the amount of money is 1,800. So we will refund those debtors, and the amount should be recorded in the CPJ. Let's quickly go and see the next one. Here I have my debtors journal, the DJ. I have my sales, 18,400. I have my cost of sales. Do I need to calculate the cost of sales for this particular question? No. If I'm posting from my DJ, I do not need the cost of sales. I need the sales amount, and in this case, it's already given. So if I'm posting from my DJ to my debtors control, it is very important to know that it increases on the debit side. If I'm selling goods on credit It's going to increase my debtors control in that regard. I'll therefore come to the debit side and I will say sales. From which journal am I posting this from? From the DJ. How much is this? 18,400. We are done now with the DJ. However, when we sold goods to some debtors, some of them were not satisfied with the quality. Therefore, they returned the goods to us. We are now talking debtors allowances. Now, in debtors allowances, it is not only the return of goods, but it could be that we have written a wrong amount on the invoice, we overcharged them, so they will also claim an allowance. That is what you find in your debtors allowances. We will not use the 1,125, but we will focus on the 1,800. Very important to note that debtors allowances decrease our debtors balance. Therefore, do we debit our debtors control or do we credit it in this case? Definitely we should credit it. I'll come to the credit side and I will now say, what am I looking for? My allowances. I'll now say total allowances. Total allowances. I'm posting this from which journal? From the DAJ. And my amount is 1,800. 1,800. Dear learners, let's quickly move on to the next one. Here we will find the petty cash journal. The moment we have debtors control in the petty cash journal, what it means is some debtors overpaid, we need to give them a refund, but the amount is not a big amount. We will not make an EFT for it. We can simply pay the amount in cash, small amounts, petty cash, small amounts. Therefore, we will come to our debtors control on the debit side, and we will then say petty cash. Here's my petty cash from the PCJ. We are talking about this 280. I'll now have my 280 on the debit side. After that, you see I have my general journal. And when I come to the debit side, you see I have my debtors control rather. On the debit side of the debtors control, I have amounts, which is 1,490. And on the credit side, I have 890. The debit amount will come about as a result of us charging interest to our debtors. This is one of the examples. If our debtors have not paid their accounts on time, we will charge them interest. That will increase the debtors control balance. In that case, I will bring then onto the debit side that 1,490, but I will say journal. What side is it on? Debit. So I'll say journal debits. From which journal am I posting from? This is from the GJ. How much is that amount? 1,490. 1,490. I have an amount on the credit side, as you can see here. And the amount on the credit side, I will now bring it to the credit side of my debtors control. This can be as a result of debtors that are no longer able to pay their accounts, and we call those bad debts. They will therefore decrease our debtors control amount. So I'll bring them to the credit side. I'm decreasing my debtors control. I'll come to the credit side and I'll now say journal credits. Journal credits. Again, this is from the GJ. And I will have 890, as you see over here. This is how you should record it in the debtors control account. We will now look at our completed debtors control account. Remember, we started off with the balance and with the refund from the CPJ. And then we have our sales from the DJ, the petty cash, and then we have our general debits, 1,480. We add all of this. They give us 56,780. We put 56,780 on both sides. Then we will add the three entries on the credit side, which is 19,000, 1,800, as well as 890. We subtract them from the 56,760, then we have a balance which is 35,070. Balance carried down. Therefore, we bring it to the debit side, July the 1st, balance brought down 35,070. We will go for an ad break. See you shortly.